Red is a Pokemon trainer with one goal in mind: to catch every Pokemon ever. Something that has never been done before, not until now. This became one of the greatest trainers of all time. Pokemon, rival Blue, and he informs Red that he is also getting a starter Pokemon today, and they'll be starting their adventure at the exact same time. When they meet up with Professor Oak, he hands Red and Blue off on a journey to help him gather all the data of all the Pokemon in the world. And when Professor Oak says world, he's talking about only the Kanto region, because I'm sure his brain would explode if he knew there were more than 151 Pokemon. Red didn't give up though. He locked in with Charmander and kept trying, and they eventually ran into a Rattata and captured it. Red was so excited that he was able to catch Rattata, he went on a rampage, catching every single Pokemon that he possibly could in the starter area, and he encountered his first trainer battle. It was a youngster with a Nidoran, and Red completely on the way there, Red ends up encountering Blue again, and Blue and Red want to have a Pokemon battle. Blue says his main goal is to make the strongest Pokemon team ever, but Red says he's not really that interested in that, and he really just wants to complete the entire Pokédex. And gifted him the TM Bide. I still don't really know how trainers would use TM since it's just a disc, but I digress. And with Red having his first badge, he was off to dominate the Pokemon world, which he definitely did. He ran through Mount Moon, he ended up buying a Magikarp from a trainer, he defeated Team Rocket, and got the Cerulean City Gym badge. Through all this training, Charmander Town is known as the grave site for Pokemon, and there's a Pokemon Tower where people put their dead Pokemon to rest here. Some citizens let Red know that they think a ghost is haunting the tower, and Red says he doesn't actually believe ghosts exist, but he's willing to check it out. Which has a group of abandoned Pokemon, and they end up meeting a Cubone, and here Red learns the really dark truth. His mother ended up protecting Cubone and made room for there to be enough time for Cubone to escape. But unfortunately, even though when Red realizes all this, he gets extremely angry and says that he can't believe Team Rocket will do this and he wants to put an end to them. Red says he also wants to meet Mr. Fuji, but as they're discussing this, someone bursts in saying Mr. Fuji has been missing for over a day and he was last seen going into the Pokemon Tower. And the reason why they think he is inside the Pokemon Tower is to stop Team Rocket since they've infiltrated the Pokemon. Red hears all the citizens cry for help. He hears that there's a ghost on the loose inside the tower, that Team Rocket won't let citizens to visit their dead Pokemon, and that Mr. Fuji is missing. So Red says he'll go inside the tower and solve this once and for all. In the back to being used as a cemetery, Mr. Fuji ends up thanking Red by giving him a Pokeflute and also giving him 2 mysterious gems. When Red asks what exactly do these gems do, Mr. Fuji says he'll find out eventually. And with that, Red is off to go continue getting more gym badges, and Blue ends up talking to Red and actually respecting Red a lot more for defeating Team Rocket and actually views him as his rival now. Red went ahead and gathered a lot more gym badges, used the Pokeflute to wake up Snorlax, and that's not something you'd let your friends do. Giovanni argues that Red is also using Pokemon as his tools too, but he's just sugarcoats it by saying it's their friends. With that, Red does some reflecting. He went on his journey and still collected some more gym badges, went to the dojo, figured out that the world has discovered a new Pokemon known as Mewtwo, and now Red has 7 out of the 8 gym badges, so he heads to Viridian City so he can fight the gym leader. In front of the gym, Red meets Blue, and Blue lets him know that he defeated the gym leader and now he's gonna go challenge the Elite Four. When Red couldn't believe that such a sinister person was the final and strongest gym leader. Red said up until now, even though every gym leader has been different, they all had one thing in common, that they all loved their Pokemon, but Giovanni sees them only as tools. So both of them decide to put everything on the line. A final battle to prove whose ideals are better, treating Pokemon as your friends or using them as tools. The battle begins with Gio being able to defeat 2 of his Pokemon and wants to give him a gym badge, but Red refuses. He says he does not want a gym badge from the leader of Team Rocket. And then for some reason, Giovanni says he's going to completely disband Team Rocket and let everybody know that Team Rocket is done in the Kanto region. I guess Giovanni's the Elite Four. When Red got there, he